Peace, love, and light. Story time. Hope all is well with everyone. Alright, let's get to it. I was about like 17 years old. It was my last year in school. I had my son at 16 years old. And I missed 1 year. So when I returned back, I was in the 12th grade. So I skipped the 11th grade. So I'm in school, right? And I used to have a lot of problems with the kids, with the students. Because, man, them kids was some mean-ass kids, man. They was some hateful-ass children, man. I mean, they had some hate in their hearts, man, to this very day. But, you know what I'm saying? No shade. Anywho, we was in sewing class, right? We was in sewing class, and I was sitting across the table from this one person, from this one particular girl. She said something to me, and I snapped back at her. When I snapped back at her, she slapped the shit out of me. She reached over the table and slapped the shit out of me. I'm like, oh, hell no. So as soon as she slapped me, the teacher automatically, told us to calm down, X, Y, and Z. Right? So I sat down. It's like, it was so unfair because I did not get to defend myself. And it happened so quick, it's like I did not expect that. So anyway, we sitting, and everybody's shocked, like, damn, what just happened? You hear everybody whispering. You know what I'm saying? Man, what just happened? Man, no, I kept my... Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry I just mentioned your name, but they're like, man, X, Y, and D, she just slapped the shit out of my childhood name. She mentioned my childhood name, right? And, I will never forget that feeling, man. I feel salty as fuck because, like, when I was growing up, it's like, in my head, anytime I was in a situation I had to defend myself, it's like, I always had to get I just always had to get the last hit, or everybody had to be talked. It's like somebody gonna be the victim. And I made it my business to not be the victim every time. Even if I had to use a weapon, no matter what. I'm not gonna be the victim, you are. Everybody gonna be talking about how I beat your ass. So mind you, that's how I am, right? So I'm sitting there feeling salty as fuck. Everybody whispering about how this bitch just slapped the shit out of moi. I couldn't believe my eyes. So somebody asked her, they whispered her, hey, what happened? You know what I'm saying? She had the audacity. The class was quiet. Everybody got quiet to hear her. I guess, you know what? That's what made it worse. It's like if people were still talking, you know what I'm saying? And, they was sitting there conversating with each other. Oh, I just slapped the shit out of her. That would have been a totally different story, but nah. The entire classroom get silent. I'm like, oh, man. So it got silent, and all you hear is her speaking about how she just slapped the shit out of me. She like, man, no, I told her X, Y, and Z. She told me X, Y, and Z, and I slapped her. I didn't like the sound of that. And I slapped her like I'm just a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like she just slapped me around like I'm just a little bitch. I said, oh, hell motherfucking no. The moment she said, and I slapped her. I stood up. I reached over the table and smacked the shit out of her in front of everybody and a freaking teacher. The teacher was like, she said my childhood name. She told me to leave out the classroom. I was so pissed off because every time I defended myself, I was always the problem. But it was no problem when that chick put her hands on me. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a problem. So I go out in the hallway, man. I hear these cats in there talking about how they gonna jump me after school. They gonna jump me. Like everybody gonna jump me after school. Bet. I told that girl. I said, you know what? It's not over. They thought I was going to run from that? I'm like, no, it's not over. I said, after school, me and you in the second park. The second park, the second park, like, there was 3 major parks that was in the area of the village. You know what I'm saying? And they were named the first park, the second park, the third park. The second park, that was a fight park. That was my fight park. You know what I'm saying? So, we get to... First of all, it's like I was new in school. I was back new in school. I already missed a year. I already had my son. My son was, my firstborn was at home with my grandparents. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like it was already rough for me. You know what I'm saying? And people just pick on me. You know, it's like, they would just pick on me. And it's like, man, I had to make a stand. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with me. And I was always that type of person. I'm going to make a stand. Here is what you're not going to do. You see how I came up here and fuck shit up? Here's what y'all not going to do. Come for me. Here's what y'all not going to do. Try to pester me and bully me. That's going to be your asses. So yeah, I've always been that type of person. Fuck you mean. After school, we get to the second part. They whispering how they gon', they gonna jump in, they gonna do X, Y, and Z. Let me tell you something. For starters, I beat the shit out this girl. I beat the shit. My first hit, I punched her off her goddamn feet. You know what? I was always a shawty. I was a shawty growing up. You know what I'm saying? I was a little shawty. But I've always had this supernatural strength about me. I just always had the supernatural strength. And when I'm fighting, when I'm in fight mode, bro, that's beast mode. So we sitting in the park. First hit, knock her off her motherfucking feet. Her excuse, I just got out the hospital not to know. Bitch, shut up. You weren't saying that shit when you smacked the shit out of me. How you just get out the hospital. Oh, that ain't come up. But the moment you got punched off your motherfucking feet, you know what I'm saying? That was a problem. So anyway, I punched off her feet. I beat her ass. Bam, bam. I'm just tearing her up. Finally, I get her on the ground. Bam, bam, bam. I'm fucking her up. Next thing I hear, y'all not gonna jump in? That was her bitch ass. Talking about y'all not gonna jump in? Next thing I know, all the girls in the class, besides one person, jumped in and they started beating, they started kicking and punching me. Meanwhile, the bitch is under me, right? So it's like, I can take pain. You know what I'm saying? I grew up getting my ass beat, so I took pain. You know what I'm saying? Pain ain't a thing. I can take pain. So while they beating me, this girl is under me and I'm fucking her up. It's like, I'm taking it out on her. I was taking it out on her, right? Finally, they stopped. It all ended. I was threatening everybody. It's not over. It's not over. The entire weekend, that happened on a Friday. The entire weekend, man. I was at home plotting, man. It was war. I'm like, I'm getting each and every last one of y'all one by one. And they already knew. They already knew that I fucked them up one by one. They already knew one-on-one, I fucked them up. They already knew that. That's the reason why they jumped in. That's why they jumped me. So anyway, we got to school Sunday. I went to school with 2 drumsticks in my hand. Said the first person who walked up in this classroom, I was on my cycle. So when we were on our menstrual cycle, we are unable to say the prayer with it's like the school gathered together. They say a prayer before we start our day in school. So anywho, it's like a prayer session, whatever. So anyway, I was on my menstrual cycle, so I was waiting in the classroom. I'm like, man, look, the first person to come up in here, I'm fucking them up. So I didn't give a damn. You think I didn't give a damn about being suspended? I didn't give a damn about nothing. All I cared about is making my name and who not to fuck with. Making an example. That's all I cared about. I ain't care about no punishment, none of that. First person came in. I was standing on the table. As soon as she came in, I jumped off the table. Bam! Right on her head. Started fucking her up. I was tearing her up. They broke it up. Next thing you know, the principal, it was like, that was over. Like, because anytime I fought back or anytime, it's like anytime I defended myself, it was always extreme. You know what I'm saying? It was always extreme. So they gathered all the kids together, whatnot, right? And then they asked the children why they jumped me. They said they jumped me because, long story short, what they came out of their mouth, because I was drinking, smoking, and I was having sex. All of them was fucking. Not long after that situation, they all started fucking. They were all drinking. It's like, it was envy. It was envy. You know what I'm saying? It was envy. But, yeah, that was one. Okay, yeah. So that was one of my stories. A lot of my stories be a bit violent because motherfuckers, they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That's all they understand is violence. You know what I'm saying? That's all they understand is pain. So sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make your name. You gotta make your name so motherfuckers, so they know to stay in that motherfucking lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no game. Shit. Real talk. Alright, well, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here because this is getting awkward because I'm not sure how to end it. But anywho, peace, love, and light.